Welcome to F1 News Today, your go-to channel for the fastest updates in Formula One. We've got 3 hot stories for you, so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay ahead of the pack. Let's get started. Sergio Perez's future in Formula One seems to be at a decisive crossroads. Various sources suggest that Red Bull Racing might part ways with the Mexican driver at the end of the season, despite his contract running through 2025. These rumors have emerged amidst tensions over Perez's performance this year, which some point to as a factor limiting the team's complete dominance in the Constructors' Championship. However, reducing the situation solely to on-track results would be an unfair and shallow view of what Sergio has contributed to Red Bull. Perez joined the team in 2021 with the mission of solidifying Red Bull as the indisputable benchmark in Formula One. Since then, he has played a crucial role in several dimensions. Not only has he delivered key victories and valuable points, but he has also been a strategic asset in the team dynamic, operating in the shadow of an all-conquering Max Verstappen. His ability to withstand the pressure of competing in one of the most demanding environments on the grid deserves recognition. Often, Perez has had to sacrifice his personal ambitions for the greater good of the team, a role that is not always fully appreciated. Recent reports, including those by Fox Sports Mexico, indicate that the split between Perez and Red Bull might be officially announced after the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Both parties are reportedly negotiating terms to avoid a contractual conflict that could result in a hefty penalty for the team. There's also speculation that Red Bull might try to have Perez resign voluntarily, offering him an honorary position as a brand ambassador in the coming years. While this could be interpreted as a gesture of respect, it doesn't mask the fact that the Mexican driver is being pushed aside at a critical point in his career. It's true that Perez has faced a challenging season. Mistakes in qualifying, struggles to match Verstappen's pace, and inconsistent tire management have shaped his narrative this year. But it's equally important to remember that Formula One is a sport where context and circumstances carry significant weight. On numerous occasions, Perez has proven himself to be an exceptional driver, capable of competing at the highest level when conditions are in his favor. His victories at iconic circuits and his ability to climb through the field in tough races stand as evidence of his talent. Red Bull's apparent decision to part ways with Perez seems to be driven more by a desire to bet on a different profile than by a fair assessment of his overall performance. It's undeniable that Sergio has been instrumental in consolidating the team's dominance in recent years, providing stability and delivering results at crucial moments. The constant pressure and inevitable comparison with Verstappen, arguably one of the greatest drivers of this generation, have influenced both his performance and public perception. Sergio Perez's situation also highlights a broader reality of modern Formula One. Teams increasingly demand near-perfect performances from their drivers, often overlooking the sacrifices and commitment they bring to the table. Perez is not just an elite driver. He is also a symbol of Mexican and Latin American motorsport, inspiring entire generations to dream of competing at the highest level. His potential departure from Red Bull would be a blow to many fans who see him as a beacon of perseverance and talent. Whatever the future holds for him, Sergio Perez deserves to be remembered as a driver who never stopped fighting, even in the face of the toughest challenges. If his time at Red Bull comes to an end, the Mexican driver will have the chance to redefine his path, whether within Formula One or by exploring new opportunities in motorsport. One thing is clear: his legacy goes beyond the numbers. Perez has shown that, with hard work and determination, it's possible to defy expectations and leave an indelible mark on the history of the sport. Let's move on to the second piece of news. The absence of Franco Colapinto from the Formula One grid for the 2025 season is a significant disappointment for those of us who closely follow the career of this promising young Argentine talent. From his early days in junior categories to his role as a reserve driver for Williams, Franco has consistently demonstrated the skill, dedication, and capability required to compete at the highest level. Yet, as we all know, Formula One doesn't always reward the most talented. Drivers' destinies are often shaped by a complex interplay of contracts, commercial decisions, and internal strategies. Franco entered the world of Formula One with high expectations, following outstanding performances in Formula 3 and Formula 2 that placed him firmly on the radar of top teams. His appointment as a test and reserve driver for Williams marked a major milestone in his career, sparking hope that it was the beginning of a rapid rise. However, the 2024 season served as a reminder of just how difficult it can be to carve out a spot in such a competitive sport. Despite flashes of brilliance, circumstances didn't align in his favor to secure a full-time seat for 2025. Negotiations with teams like Alpine and rumors of contact with Red Bull dominated headlines for months. Alpine chose to stick with their current lineup of Pierre Gasly and Jack Doohan, while Red Bull, according to Helmut Marko, reaffirmed its commitment to its young driver academy, effectively shutting the door on any immediate opportunity for Colapinto. These decisions, while frustrating for his fans, reflect the reality of Formula One, where talent alone doesn't always guarantee a place on the grid. Despite these setbacks, Franco remains steadfast in his determination. In recent interviews, he expressed his disappointment at not securing a race seat, but reaffirmed his commitment to his career and long-term goals. His role as Williams' reserve driver for 2025 is not a step back, but rather an opportunity to continue learning, stay active, and prove his worth. The team has designed a tailored development program for him, including simulator work, testing older spec cars, and participating in technical activities, all of which are vital for his growth as a driver. Colapinto's fans have been unwavering in their support, flooding social media with messages of encouragement and voicing their frustration over the lack of opportunities. This backing not only motivates Franco but also highlights to Formula One teams the significant media impact he has, making him a valuable asset beyond his on-track performance. In a sport where marketing and public image are as crucial as talent, having such a passionate fan base could make all the difference. It's essential to remember that other great drivers have faced similar challenges. Esteban Ocon and Nico Hülkenberg, for instance, spent time as reserve drivers before solidifying their places on the grid. These examples show that while Franco's absence in 2025 is a setback, it doesn't mark the end of his journey. On the contrary, this phase can strengthen his skills and prepare him to seize any future opportunities. Formula One demands patience and strategy. Every test, every simulator session, and every interaction with the team are steps toward the ultimate goal. By keeping him within their structure, Williams has shown confidence in his potential and a long-term vision for his development. While the 2025 season won't see him as a primary driver, it will be a pivotal year for his growth and preparation. Franco Colapinto has everything it takes to succeed: talent, determination, and an impeccable work ethic. His Formula One story is far from over. The challenges of today will only serve to make him stronger, ensuring that when his moment arrives, he'll be ready to prove he belongs among motorsport's elite. As fans, we must continue to support him, trusting that his hard work will pay off in the near future. Now let's move on to the last news item in the video. The FIA finds itself at the center of a new controversy, one that promises to ignite tensions across the world of Formula One. At the heart of the debate lies a proposal that could undermine the organization's transparency and accountability. Mohammed bin Sulayem, the federation's president, has faced consistent criticism for both his decisions and public statements. However, the situation may become even more contentious with the latest revelations. Currently, the FIA operates with an independent ethics committee responsible for ensuring that its decisions and actions adhere to ethical and legal standards. This independent body, free from internal influence, has been crucial in maintaining a baseline of credibility for an organization that wields significant influence over global motorsport. Yet all of this is now at risk due to a controversial proposal that seeks to implement radical changes in how the committee operates. According to disclosed details, the new measure would grant the FIA president and other top executives exclusive authority to approve investigations against themselves. This means that any complaint filed against high-ranking officials, including bin Sulayem, would require the approval of those very individuals to move forward. For many, this represents a glaring conflict of interest and a concerning step back in terms of transparency. Formula One, as the pinnacle of motorsport, has long been known for sparking passionate debates, but this proposal has raised alarm bells like few issues before. Teams and representatives from various outfits have voiced their concerns, arguing that such measures erode trust in the FIA and contradict the values of impartiality and accountability that should underpin its governance. What makes this situation even more striking is the timing of the proposal. It comes as bin Sulayem faces multiple challenges to his leadership, including accusations surrounding controversial decisions and general mismanagement. This move appears to be designed to shield him and other senior officials from future investigations or sanctions, further fueling suspicions about its intent. Reactions from the paddock and the wider public have been swift and critical. Many see this maneuver as a potentially dangerous precedent, not just for the FIA but for the entire motorsport ecosystem. A system where leaders can decide whether they themselves should be investigated raises serious questions about legitimacy and threatens to erode the already fragile trust among key stakeholders in the sport. At a time when Formula One is enjoying unprecedented global popularity, decisions like this risk tarnishing its reputation. Credibility and transparency are essential to maintaining a fair and compelling sport, and any actions that put these principles in jeopardy could have irreparable consequences. The question now is whether this proposal will ultimately be approved and, if so, how it will shape the future of motorsport.